Hi everyone, this is Siavijit Misra and welcome to this new video. So in this video, I am going to discuss about the top 5 Nifty Bees index fund where you can invest your money. So the first question, it may come to your mind why you have to understand about the top 5 Nifty Bees index fund. Remember one thing, whenever you are investing your money in the market, you need to follow one basic principle that is basically called as diversification. You should not put all of your eggs in one of the basket or bucket. So that is basically what happening. A lot of risks basically you carry if you invest all of your money in one of the Nifty Wiz or Nifty index fund. So to avoid that, on what you can do, basically you can diversify your fund. Take the example, you are investing like 10 lakhs rupees. In such a case, in this like particular 5 funds, you can diversify that money. So take the example, you are investing 10 lakhs. In such a case, like 2.5, you can just diversify with the 4 fund. So by doing that, on what is happening actually, take the example, tomorrow something wrong is happening in one of the fund or some fraud is happening. In such a case, you are going to lose only 2,50,000, not the entire 10 lakhs rupees. Take the example, you have invested 10 lakh rupees is one of the fund and some fraud is happening in that particular entity. In such a case, you are going to lose everything. So due to that or diversification purpose, you need to consider this top 5 funds. Okay. The second thing, how I have defined these are the top 5 funds. Basically 3 things I have taken. One is basically your fund size or asset under management. Why asset under management? So basically, if the fund size is big, take the example in case of Nippon India Nifty Wiz, the fund size is around like 9,6657 crores, which is huge. So what happened actually, this basically justifies ki the fund is basically existing for a long period. Second, the fund size is big, that means more people have invested or more people have trust over this fund. And third thing is also, as the fund size is big, tomorrow something is happening, definitely government will come and interfere in this like particular activities in this fraud. So due to that, what happened actually, the fund size basically plays a big role. Okay. And the second thing is, you can see the expenses ratio. That means how much that fund house is charging as expenses. Take the example, you are investing like 100 rupees. In such a case, Nippon India Nifty Wiz, how much they are charging? They are charging only 5 paisa, which is quite small. But there are also certain organizations that are charging like 1 rupees also. Okay. So due to that, what happened actually in Nippon India or in Nifty Biz, normally we invest for a long period, long in the sense it may be in 20-30 years. So in a 30 years, if you invest your money and the expenses ratio is very less, in such a case, that itself actually save a lot of money, and that also bring or add a lot of value to your investment or to your wealth. So due to that, the expenses ratio is also one of the criteria. And the third thing is basically what we called as the tracking error. So Nifty, what happened actually, all the Nifty Bees or the Nifty index fund, they track the Nifty or the performance of the Nifty. So these 5 funds what I have selected, they have a less tracking error. So let's discuss this video and let's understand what are the top 5 fund. And the relevance of the fund is basically, if you are investing like some amount of money in the Nifty Bees, in such a case, you need to diversify that one. You need to put small amount of money in this 5 fund. You can choose any 2, any 3, any 4 or all 5. That's depend upon you. So let's understand or let's like discuss about this first like fund. The first fund is basically Nippon India ETF Nifty 50 B fund basically. So what happened actually, whenever you are going to a Demat account, simply just click or simply just type Nippon India Nifty Biz, you will get this particular fund. You can clearly see the fund size, whatever is there for the Nippon India, it is around 9,665 what I can say, or 9,665 crores, which is quite big. Same manner, if you see the expenses ratio, whatever you are getting, that is also 0.05%, which is also very small. If you are investing 100 paisa, so 100 rupees, in such a case, the company is basically charging 5 or even say 5 paisa as expenses, and the NAB right now is around 189. So what happened actually, as per my understanding, the tracking error of this particular fund is also very less. So due to that, what happened actually, I have selected this particular fund. If you see the last 5 years, how much result it has given, so you can see clearly the Nifty has given a result of around like 13.09%. This fund also has given a return of around 12.99%. It is very, the difference between the 13.09 and also 12.99 is very less. It is 1%, you can say 0.1 is very less. So due to that, what happened actually, this particular fund, normally we rank it at like rank 1. So as per me, the first fund, whatever is there, or first Nifty Biz fund where you can invest your money is basically Nippon India Nifty Biz. Let's come to the next fund. So what happened actually, this NAVI Nifty 50 index fund, which is basically a quite new fund. So in this case, you will not have a huge number of history. But the best part about the NAVI is basically right now the fund under management is 490 crore, and this is very basically a quite, what I can say, a very new fund. I think max to max within 1 year they have started this fund, and within 1 year also they are able to collect around 500 crores. So which is quite big. Same manner also, if you see the expenses ratio 0.06%. Even if the fund size is only 500 crores, right now the expense ratio 0.06%, and as and when the fund size is becoming like 10,000 crores, you can guarantee, or there is a guarantee actually the expense ratio will come down to 0.03 or like that. So due to that, what happened actually, I have given rank to this fund. So remember one thing here, actually the tracking error we were not able to find because this fund is a quite new fund, but by considering these two things, basically your fund size and also the expenses ratio, I am giving the rank to this fund as a rank 2 fund, or the rank 2 in the index fund. That is basically NAVI Nifty 50 index fund direct growth. Okay, so let's understand about the third fund. Third fund is basically your UTI Nifty 50 index fund direct plan growth. So here you can clearly see the fund size is around like 8,528 crores, which is nearer to the Nifty Nippon India Nifty Biz, and the expenses ratio is 0.2%. So you can clearly see the difference between the Nippon India and UTI is basically the expenses ratio, whatever is there, that is basically you can say 15 paisa. Like per 100 rupees you are giving 15 paisa extra if you are investing your money in the UTI Nifty Biz against the Nippon India. Okay, but remember one thing, even if you are paying 15% extra also, you should consider diversification. I will like suggest you to diversify your money, and in such a case you should invest the money in also UTI and also in Nippon India Nifty Base. Okay, so here if you see the tracking error also, you can see which is quite big as compared to Nippon India, where the Nifty has given for the last 5 years the return is basically 13.09%. Here basically what happened actually, your NAVI or sorry, your UTI Nifty index fund, that has given around 12.77%. The difference is around, you can say 23 plus 9, so it is quite around like 0.3 or 0.4, you can say in that range. Same manner also the fourth fund what I will recommend to you basically is ICICI Prudential Nifty 50 index fund. Why? The first is basically it is managed by ICICI Bank, or you can say the ICICI, the brand. So due to that, you can say it is a secured fund. Same manner, if you see the fund size is basically 3,540 crores. Expense ratio is 0.4, which is double of what UTI is basically charging. You can clearly see which is double. And as compared to Nippon India Nifty Biz, you are going to pay 0.36% extra expenses here. But still, you need to consider this fund because this is a secure fund and you need to diversify. Okay, so same manner, if you see the tracking error, if I see last 5 years 13.09 and here is 12.21, so gap is increasing, or the gap is basically you can say 0.8%. Okay, I hope you are able to, you are in a position to understand what I am explaining. Same manner, if I go to the HDFC index fund Nifty 50 plan, here you can see my fund size is also like 6,902 crores. Expenses ratio is basically 0.4%, which is similar to the ICICI Prudential, but my tracking error you can say which is basically good than the ICICI. So what I'll do actually, I'll change my mind here. So HDFC Bank should come first and ICICI Bank should come, or ICICI's index fund should come last. So yeah, these are basically some of the categories, some of the areas you need to understand where you're investing your money in Nifty Base. Remember one thing, as per me, who are the topmost Nifty index fund? The first is basically Nippon India Nifty Base. You can invest some amount of money in Nippon India Nifty Base. Why NAVI you need to invest? The fund is basically quite new, and the expenses ratio is also quite what I can say low, even if the fund size is very low. So due to that, you need to consider this particular fund for the diversification purpose. And third is basically your UTI Nifty 50. Why UTI Nifty 50? The asset size is big, expense ratio is also 0.2, which is more than the NAVI and Nippon India, but half as compared to HDFC and ICICI. Due to that, you need to consider, and the tracking error is also very less as compared to HDFC and ICICI. Now the fourth fund is coming, that is HDFC index fund. Why? The fund size is also around 6,900 crores. Expense ratio is 0.4, which is quite big, which is 0.2% of more than UTI and 0.34% more than the Nippon India, but you need to consider for the diversification purpose. And yeah, so and last is basically, last but not the least, ICICI Prudential Nifty 50 Index Fund. But remember one thing, take the example, you are investing like 10 lakh rupees. I will recommend all of you to put 3 lakh here, put 3 lakh here, or you can put 3 lakh in Nippon India, put 3 lakh in the Navy, and put like 3 lakh in UTI, and rest amount whatever you're getting 1 lakh you can put in HDFC or ICICI. The same manner actually you can diversify your fund, and also you can average, or you can just pay a less amount of expenses. I hope all this concept what I have discussed here, it is clear to everyone. And thank you so much for watching this video. Have a good day. Bye bye. Please subscribe to my channel, please support, and please share with your friends and family members so that they can understand and they can also create a huge amount of wealth. Thank you so much. Bye bye.